I want to take us to the World Baseball Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're the manager
for Team Netherlands.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. I might do a Bobby Cox. Wear my spikes out there.
You better.
No,
you won't.
No,
have some jump man spikes on.
No. My knees will be barking too much, man. We played that game in Alabama the other day, and I just don't feel good about it.
Wait, but I don't think it would bother you as much as you think because you'd only last a few innings. If you're going to do your full Bobby Cox, as soon as a player comes up to you and says, "Hey, Bobby, they're squeezing me," you got to have their back.
You know what, though? I can get thrown out of the game. I never got thrown out of the game my whole career, so I'm not going to try to get it.
Not one?
No.
Because Bobby got thrown out every time.
Every time when we tell him something that, hey, this guy's squeezing this hell out of this guy, you go, really? Next pitch, gone.
Is that what he would do when you guys went up to him? He would go?
He will go as soon as somebody gets squeezed. And don't let those big guys get him squeezed. He's going to get tossed quick.
If it's Maddox or Glavine or Smoltz, he's there first inning,
100%,
done.
100%. He got thrown out of the game in Yankee Stadium, first inning. We go play in the interleague game, and first inning he go, is this freaking Braves time right now because we're in Yankee Stadium? And he go, you go.
All right, that's actually pretty surprising though. You've never had any ejections, and
I got close from being on the bench and tripping so much because when I didn't play every day, I really talk a lot of trash to the arms. So, but no, close, very close, but I never got.
Okay, who's going to be on Team Netherlands? What's the recruiting going? Have you gotten official commitments?
I got about 2 pitchers commitment. Hopefully, the organization will give them the freedom to go. I talked with one pitcher, Antoine Kelly, that is pretty young with Pittsburgh. I talked with Sancho, the guy that throw both arms. So, they kind of want to. I would love to have him because I see how they're doing through the minor league. And, it's a short series. And, you need arms. Position players, I talked with Profar. I talked with Albies. I talked with Rafaela. I talked with a couple of guys that's playing in Mexico, like Didi Gregorius and Scope, Jonathan Scope. I talked with Kenley Jansen. I told him, I said, hey, even if you don't pitch, I just want you to be on the team so you can help these young guys, with the, how you learn all the craft that you do, and it would be a good thing for him.
How about Drew?
Drew, he's on the roster, but we'll see. We'll see if we if we need a guy to go out there and play.
You'll see if he plays good enough.
Yeah,
he's got to make the team.
He's got to make the team.
Would his mom be the one that would keep him off the team or on the team? Like, who would push more? Would you be like...
Well, his mom hit me up. He go, is he going to play on the team? I say, he's on the roster. We'll see.
You got to earn it.
Yeah, you got to show up. You got to show me that you can do it.
Any of your legends, obviously nobody really knows these legends, but playing against Team Netherlands, any of the legends going to play? Sherendel DeCaster.
No, those guys are retired.
Jair Jurgen. We had Jair on the other day. See, now.
You know what? He's pitching in an independent league. So
I know.
We never know.
Burt Blyleven going to make a comeback?
He might. The last 2.
Vandenherk.
The last 3 times that, I played one in 2013 and then I coached the next 2 ones. He was the pitching coach. He's a fun. I love him.
Yeah, he's great.
He's a great man. So it's going to be interesting. Obviously, like I say, it's a short series, so you want to have arm. And, the things that, the Kingdom always have problem with is arms. We had all the position players, but we don't have arms. So I think right now we have quite a few good arms through the minor league, and hopefully the minor organization.
Get Kenley to catch and pitch.
I don't think he's going to get down there no more.
He ain't getting back up if he gets down there.
Yes, he will not.
Bogarts? What about Bogarts?
Oh, yeah. I forgot Bogarts, too. Bogarts is playing. He commit, too. So, we're going to have a good squad. We're going to have we're not going to have that easy division that we used to have when we go play overseas in Korea or Japan. But we're going to have to face, Dominican Republic, Venezuela, Israel. I think Israel is my underdog team.
Sneaky.
Sleeper team.
Sneaky because they got all the American guys going to be playing on that team.
They are this time, right?
Yeah.
Like who?
All
Bregman?
the guys that are
those guys
that have some family Jewish. They can play on it.
So that's the four. Those are the four teams in that group. DR and Venezuela from the jump,
and I think it's Nicaragua.
Okay.
Wait, what does Puerto Rico have then?
Puerto Rico they're gonna start in Puerto Rico. I think they're gonna start in Puerto Rico.
I gotta look this up now because now you got me all kind of.
You guys
Where's Poland starting?
Poland's not in it because they won't hire.
That's a juggernaut to start. You're in the same pool right off the jump with DR and Venezuela.
Yes. So it's gonna be a
tough draw.
It's a tough one.
What, 2 come out of the pool?
Yep,
oh my gosh!
And I'm telling you, Israel is sneaky. They sneaky.
So it's 5 teams and 2 come out.
Yes, but 2 come up and it's go. Run differentiation, run. How many runs you scored and all the stuff. So it's gonna be tough.
That's tough. That's a tough.
How important do you think that development for young players? Because you always talk about like, oh, he's young. I don't know if the organization will let him play. My opinion of it is those international baseball, whether it's winter ball, whether it's Olympic qualifiers, all that stuff, is the only time some minor leaguers ever get a chance to compete. How important do you think it is for those guys to get that opportunity to grow and be a better big leaguer that wins?
Well, I mean, if you get those opportunities to go to those teams, you're going to play with some big league players already. So you can get a chance to pick their brain, be around them, see how they go about their business. I'm not saying in the minor league you don't compete. You compete every day, but, it's not like, a very high standard competition or like a playoff. In these international games, every game is like Game 7 of the World Series.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a little bit more passion. It's a little bit more enthusiasm to go, trying to score, make the perfect pitch, try not to make mistakes. So, it's good for the young kids. I love it. I mean, we had a bunch of young kids when I first played in 2013, Bogarts were coming, Jonathan Scope was coming. We had a lot of young guys, and Anderson Simmons was coming too. So those guys were part of that group that kind of develop and start growing up and trying to reach their level where they wanted to be.
You guys have the group of death, by the way. Like in soccer, they talk about it in the World Cup and places. Did Venezuela, Dominican, Netherlands, Israel, Nicaragua. Poor Nicaragua's in trouble.
Yeah.
But then you look at, y'all couldn't have gotten Puerto Rico, Cuba, Canada, Panama, Colombia. That would have been nice for y'all.
Well,
kind of slide listen, no offense, USA, Mexico, Italy, Great Britain with their jerseys that don't even work. The letters fall off. And Brazil?
They need to get them to the next round for ratings. But, come on.
Is Piazza going to be the manager for Italy?
I don't think he's doing it this year.
No.
I think maybe Sevilla is.
Oh, but I thought he was Venezuelan. Or
maybe. I don't
Whatever's most advantageous.
Oh, okay.
Andrew, it is ridiculous. I know. I guess some.
Even Japan, Australia,
rankings.
Korea, Czechia, and Taipei. Japan's like,
that's why. That's why we used to be all the time. We used to play Chinese Taipei, Australia, and we will run through them a little bit.
You would have to beat Korea.
You know what I mean? We beat Korea. Korea. We beat Japan. Before, but those are easier.
Your pools.
You guys are getting worked. I'm telling you, that division, that pool is by far the toughest. It's not even close.
That's why I say we need pitching. We need arm because if somebody in trouble, you got to get out.
At least you get to go to Miami for like 4 days, 5 days.
Yeah, it can be a vacation, it can be a long one too. If we might surprise somebody. You never know. We never know if the guys do what they need to do, and if I get the arms that is available. We got, I look at the roster. We got a couple, good American pitchers that is in AAA and AA that is American, that the family are Dutch. So, we have them on the roster. So we'll see what happens.
Building a hair growth routine is easy, only if you go with Nutrafol. Why is that, Todd Father?
Nutrafol, you think about hair. For me, sometimes the hair gets thinning. This thing will thicken your hair up as much as you need. You think about going to weddings, you're going to the beach, you're just hanging out with friends, and you want to take photos. You want your hair to look good, and this is the best possibility for it.
Yeah, and thinning hair is different for men and women. So a one size fits all approach to hair growth, that's not it. Okay. They have multiple formulas for men and for women that are tailored to fit different stages of life. Okay. So go check out Nutrafol. Building a hair growth routine can be easy, and you order online. There's no prescription needed as well. Free shipping, automated deliveries. And for a limited time, Nutrafol is offering the FT fam $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code FOUL, FOUL. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code FOUL.
What the heck's wrong with your Braves?
Oh man, struggle bus.
But why though? I mean, because they couldn't hit last year, and they still aren't really hitting this year.
Well, I mean, the way it finished last year, they battled to get into the playoffs, so it was just drained out already, and it was kind of weird the way the situation went. You play doubleheader to go into the playoff. Who win, who lose, go to the playoff. So it was kind of like a set up, I think, kind of thing, to be honest with you, because one team gave up, one team was like, okay, I don't want to go to San Diego, so let these guys go to San Diego, you know what I mean? So it felt bad for Arizona Diamondbacks because they got pushed out of that when that situation came together. Top series against San Diego up in San Diego for the playoff. We just bad dragging, bad start. You play two teams that have your numbers. It's tough. You start the season with San Diego. They beat you. They beat you last year to get to move on to the playoff. You play LA that you can't beat. You know what I mean? So just tough start, and then just everything just kept going. Injuries, guys not ready, guys not making quick adjustments. I feel like we're not putting, like when we were putting numbers, or we didn't get a couple back-to-back hits, run score. Now we get 2 hits, 2 quick outs, and somebody hit the ball good, but it's out. So you don't score like that.
Do you think there are too many extensions? Going back to what we talked about earlier, this was brought up on one of our shows a week and a half ago. Like, are there too many guys comfortably set up in long-term contracts?
I mean, yes and no in the same time, be honest with you. The contracts that they sign these guys up are, pretty decent contract for everybody, but it's not like a whole contract, you know what I mean? So if you can lock a guy young and, be done with it, it's good. I think, we went a little bit too quick on a couple guys, but, you just got to let them perform. I mean, we all did that before, we had to go to almost free agency before you get to that extension, or you got to go free agent. So, we got to do arbitration. Never know. Arbitration cases can go one to the team and one to the player. But I think the arbitration money is too high now. That's why they're trying to avoid that and give the kids, a extension real quick to avoid those high. I think arbitration now is like $20 million now or something like that on their third year. So it's the money's going high.
Yeah. How much are you watching, with the Braves also versus watching your son, Drew?
I watch both. I get chance because his games start late, and I watch Braves early. So I watch all the games, and I go to the game all the time. I still do stuff with the Braves. Spring training, I go out to the clubhouse and talk with the guys, and ask them what's going on or how you feeling, how your family, whatever. So just baseball operation with them.
Are you mentoring? I remember, there's sometimes specific players. I don't know if it's just the Braves or if there's other players in the league. I know, weren't you working with Christian Poche at one point?
I'll be honest with you, I went to see all those kids. Pache, Acuna, Riley,
yep.
Swanson, all those guys when they were, through the minor league, and that's why we had a different minor league coordinator. And he wanted us to go there and talk to guys, watch them, and see what they do, and talk with them, be in the dugout during the game. Say, hey, if you just hit a 95 mile per hour fastball up in the zone for a homer, you're not gonna see a fastball the next at bat. Right? Just take it out of your head. So what are you gonna look for? Something else, right? So, just little stuff that put in the head of the kids, and just so they can, go out there and put numbers and have fun.
Drew, you're obviously people know you for the Braves. I played with you with the White Sox, Yankees also, but the Braves are playing in Bristol. Are you going to the Speedway Classic? Because you're from down, Curacao, Netherlands, down there, Aruba area. They don't have NASCAR down there, so you're gonna come out, and wave the checkered flag.
Hey, I love speed, but I might. I love speed. I like to go fast. I don't drive slow.
So if they said to you, Drew, we need you to come to Bristol, you play in the Happy League, right? Danville?
Yeah.
So that's not that far from Bristol. No. If they said to you, we want you to come there and be a Braves ambassador, would you say yes? Then you get to watch Tim McGraw play.
Yeah, I think I'm a part of the group already. I think I think the Cap group is doing a trip there too. So
okay.
I think I'm going to be part of it, but I don't know. I might be out of town.
Oh, stop it!
I might be busy.
Yeah, you're going to be out of town because you're going to be in Bristol. That's where you're going to be.
Maybe that's about. I think it's on my schedule.
Okay, all right, better be because that'd be.
Fun. We did some.
They're supposed to get they want 100,000 people there. I don't know if they're going to get that, but they want 100,000.
I think they were around. I think it's probably going to be like 80. I think
that's a lot of people.
Still a lot of people.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
A lot of bad seats. Yeah. People are going to be like,
yeah. But I think we did a talk about it, and they're going to do a lot of seats in the zone, so the fans can experience the ground of the from the baseball view and stuff like that. So I think MLB is putting really good together, so they can enjoy the game.
Last one. I know we're not really in that time period, although it's a month away from speeches. We can get you in the Hall of Fame next year. What's the deal?
I don't know. I mean, we trend in the right direction, so we'll see what happens. I think this year I'll finish with 64 or something, 65. I don't know.
Close.
But
you know how many. Don't you give me
64.3%.
that? I played with you. You knew every stat. So tell me exactly how many points. Percentage.
64.5.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I'll look.
I don't know. It's something like that.
It's in that range.
Anyway, so it's over there. I mean, every year, we move in the right direction. So we'll see what happens when that time get there. Be honest with you, people tell you about it all the time. Hey, you close. You should be in. Blah blah blah, and this and that. But at the end of the day, if I go in, I go in. If I don't, I won't be the same person that I am. My family, my players know how, my teammates know how hard I work on going out there and help my team win. And, it always was about team for me. I wanted to go out there and help my team win, sacrifice whatever I need to sacrifice. So at the end of that, you do those things on a consistent basis. You put good numbers, and, all of a sudden then your name start falling in this category with, some of the greatest guys that play the game. But if it happened, it will be a great honor for my family, myself, and the island of Curacao. But, we'll see kind of day.
Plus, you make a lot of money if you can put HOF at the back of your autograph. I'm just saying. Not that Frank Thomas has ever told me that, or some of the guys They're like, man, that changed my life. Now I just put that little HOF, and my life has changed forever.
Try not to go into your savings.
Right. 66.2%, which was up from 2024, 61.6, which was up from 2023, 58.1. And you got to get to 75.
How many more years do you have left on the ballot?
I think two more.
Two more eligibility.
I need that invite. I'm going to have to get that invite in the mail.
Come on, man. Why open if it happened?
We're going to have a big party.
We're going to have a big party for sure.
I know that about you. We're going to have a big party.
I think center fielders are disrespected, though, with the voting. I think there's certain positions that are not getting enough love, and I think center field's one of them. True. He's talked about Torrey Hunter.
I say if you go in, Torrey Hunter's got to be on your coattails because if you look at your numbers.
Beltran, too.
Jim Edmonds.
There's Kenny a lot Lofton. Of guys. Kenny Lofton.
Lofton.
That got just brushed by.
I'm just, we were talking about it in the group that we have, and, we would talk about when Dave Parker passed away, and we would talk about, many guys that belong into the Hall of Fame, that had a Hall of Fame career, that get overlooked because the guys before them had tremendous numbers, and you was there, but you were not going to be that person.
Yeah.
You're not going to be Willie Mays. You're not going to be Ken Griffey Jr. It's going to be only one of those guys. But you play on the higher level with them, you should get the recognition of what your number was with them, and then, respect the guy as, he was one of the great ones that played the position.
So they ruined it for you.
I mean, those guys had, they had great numbers. I mean, Jim Apton got great numbers. Kenny Lofton got great numbers. Dorian Hunter got great numbers. Those guys, I mean, it's just, they just push them away from it because the guys before had tremendous numbers.
Top 10 in all of baseball.
In everything. So
it ruined it for the other center fielders.
Yeah, it's tough.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.